Hey, thanks for clicking the link. I'm Matt, and this is Outdoors for a Change. And in today's educational video, I'm going to share some tips on how to make camping a lot more fun for your kids. Because if your kids like camping, they're going to want to go camping again and again and again, and that means more camping for you. And also, if you're going to take them camping, you might as well make sure they're having fun, because if they're having fun, you're having fun. So let's talk about some different ways we can make camping a lot more fun for our kids when we go. Because if we're not careful, we might just instill in our kids a great love for the outdoors. And that's a hobby that'll stick with them their entire lives. And it doesn't require them charging up their phones or batteries to do so. It's about getting out in the outdoors and having a good time. So let's get into this video and see what we can do to make camping a lot more fun for our kids. First up, fishing and swimming. Kids love to fish and swim, and if you can incorporate both into your camping trip, they're going to have a really good time. Choose family-friendly fishing spots near your campsite and show kids the joy of casting their lines into the water. Kids love to fish, and when you camp near the water, it becomes a lot easier to go fishing with them so they can get out there and actually catch some fish and learn this great hobby called fishing. And remember, when you teach them how to fish, you're teaching them a hobby, and that hobby is a healthy hobby, and it's not a hobby that requires batteries or phone time. So it's a good thing if you can help them learn to have a good time when they're fishing. So one way to do that is to make it easier on yourself when you go camping with them and take them fishing. And the best way to do that is, well, camp near the water. And that way, you'll be able to walk back and forth really easy. Take your camp chair down where they're at fishing and watch them fish, and watch your phone too if that's what you want to do, or do a word search or read your book. But you'll be spending quality time with them in the outdoors, and that's pretty awesome. But when you're camping near the water, it's a lot easier to do that. And something else you can teach them while they're fishing is how to be patient and appreciate the beauty of nature around them while they're waiting to catch fish. It's not about catching fish. There's a reason they call it fishing, not catching. There's something to be said about learning to get your true enjoyment from fishing from in between the catches rather than from the catches. And it's easy to just point out the beauty in between the catches, and you'll see that your children will really warm up to that idea, and they will begin doing it themselves. And that's really awesome, because that'll be an appreciation of the outdoors that they'll take with them through the rest of their life. When the sun gets too warm, nothing beats a refreshing dip in a nearby lake or river or pond. Swimming's fun. Kids love to swim. And when you can combine fishing and swimming in the same camping trip, the kids are going to have a good time. I promise you they are. Again, camping near the water makes it easier for you to take them swimming when it gets hot. If you camp too far away from the watering hole, well, you're not going to take them to it as much, and you're not going to stay as long because you're going to be thinking about the walk back. But when you camp near the water, you're going to see that it's a lot easier to get them down to that watering hole so they can go swimming. And remember, we're talking about making camping fun for kids, because if we can make it fun, it's something they're going to want to do again and again with us, and we're not going to have to twist their arms to go camping with us. Also, it's going to be a hobby that sticks with them through their whole life, and hopefully something that they pass on to the younger generation, the next generation, once they're on the scene. So a lot's at stake in making sure our kids have a good time when they go camping. A full house, not too shabby, 25 points. Make sure you pack plenty of games when you bring your kids camping, because they're going to be a lot of fun for everybody, and it's also going to keep them occupied and give them something to do while you're busy cooking a meal or something. So bring plenty of games. To keep the excitement going, engage in fun and interactive outdoor games. The options are endless, from classic ones like tag and hide and seek to scavenger hunts and relay races. Encourage teamwork and friendly competition while having a ton of fun. Plus, these games provide an excellent opportunity for bonding and creating lasting memories. If your kid's camping solo with no siblings or other kids to play with, have them bring some of their favorite books or a journal to encourage personal reflection and creativity during downtime. No camping trip is complete without campfire cooking. And one of the things that kids like to do the most, well, they like to cook. And if they can cook for their parents, well, they're going to have a really good time camping. So involve them in the campfire cooking and watch how much fun they start having when you do. Involve the little ones in preparing simple kid-friendly recipes like hot dogs or marshmallow roasting. It's super easy, and with the long enough stick, it's even safe. But show them the basics of campfire safety and how to handle cooking utensils. Let them experience the magic of toasting marshmallows and creating delicious s'mores under the stars. And as I'm sure moms will agree, you can balance the campfire cooking with healthier options like grilled veggies or fruit kebabs. Kids love eating healthy too. They're not complete heathens like their dads. So that's why it's important that we make sure our kids are having a good time when we go camping. When the night falls, stargazing can be a magical experience. Teach kids about constellations and planets in the night sky, sparking their curiosity about the universe. Share stories about the stars and the wonders of the cosmos. And when the stars aren't enough, go on a night hike with flashlights and experience the thrill of exploring nature under the moonlight. And for solo kids, you can consider bringing a small telescope or even binoculars to enhance their stargazing experience. Let them know that camping isn't just about what's happening around them, but also above them. And the best way to do that is to get them looking at the stars while they're camping. Creating a comfortable sleeping setup is crucial for a good night's sleep for your child, and to make sure they have a good time when they're camping. Make the tent cozy and inviting. Let them pick out their favorite blankets and pillows, or even sleeping bags. Share campfire stories before they go to bed, and while they're in bed, tell them to listen to the sounds of nature around them as they drift off to sleep. They're going to have a wonderful time when you do that, but be nearby in case some of those sounds they hear happen to be coyotes howling or perhaps raccoons fighting near your tent. It happens. But be nearby for moral support in case of such events. But for the most part, they'll be listening to the owls. And it'll be cool for them, and then they'll fall asleep. Especially if they're playing games and fishing and swimming, they'll fall asleep fast anyway. For solo kids, consider letting them bring their favorite stuffed animal or their very special blanket that provides comfort for them. Something where it gives them a little extra coziness. And one of the most rewarding things about camping with your kids is teaching them to really enjoy being in the outdoors. If you do that, I think their lives are going to be a lot simpler. I do, because they're going to have coping mechanisms and how to deal with the stress from what they get in the world. And that's just me. But do you like camping?
Yeah.
So, all right. You having a good time?
Yeah.
All right. Take short hikes and explore the local flora and the fauna, and encourage your kids to appreciate the beauty of the great outdoors around them. And teach them about leave no trace principles and protecting our environment. This is their world, and they're going to have a great time in it, and they're going to enjoy it, and they're going to enjoy protecting it too. So teaching them about leave no trace is really important early on in their camping careers. Also, it helps them connect with nature. There you go. Those are my tips on how to make camping more fun for your kids so they want to go again and again, and maybe also instill the great hobby into their children when that time comes. It's not that hard to make sure your kids have a good time. You just have to be cognitive of them while you're camping. It's not just about you having a good time. It's also about them having a good time. We really hope you got something from this video, because if you did, that's going to be a benefit for your kids, and that's something that really stokes us and makes us happy. So if that's true, could you give us a like? That would really help our young channel. Also consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. So until the next adventure, I'm Matt. This is Outdoors for a Change, and I'll see you then.